Was that?
I don't know. Welcome back to episode 122 of Eye Pokes and Head Chokes. We're here recording on a Monday again, refusing to watch Monday Night Raw because, reasons.
And also, I just noticed, I don't know why I've just noticed this, but when I don't watch Raw, I don't watch Raw.
Don't you feel a little happier? A little not happier.
Not watching Raw.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, like...
Because I watched the Crockett Cup since WrestleMania. So,
some Wrestling Dontaku, yeah.
Didn't get to that.
But, so we're here. We're watching Wedding Crashers. And, I
never know what is his name. I always know it's the one with the broken nose. Oh, yeah.
So we're going to do this because we drink and we know things.
No.
So, that's a good clink. It picked up really well. Yeah. I served 2 fingers, but it's cold. It's supposed to say it's better cold.
Should have been like one crystallized ice right in the middle.
This is way smoother cold.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's why they told you to put it in the freezer.
That's why it has that fancy looking bottle.
Yeah. Anyway, so we had a big week. Well, had a pretty big episode in Game of Thrones that we'll have to talk about.
Decent.
A lot of points.
Yeah.
Decent is the best I could describe it at because there's a lot of points that infuriated me.
He wasn't in it, so.
Well, yeah. The Night King will, for the rest of that we're talking about Game of Thrones, will sit on his thing because that's his favorite character. And he didn't make it, so yeah. We got our Oreos back because somehow we forgot to have
we didn't
them.
think of that.
We didn't think about it last week. And I was just watching some of the show and I was just like, where are the fucking Oreos?
I didn't even think about it when I was watching it.
We were going to try to put some New Japan on in the background while we watched and talked, but that didn't work. For some reason, my NVIDIA Shield wasn't picking up. Now it's hitting a little bit afterwards, right? Yeah.
Cool.
It's a nice little after effect.
Yeah. It's a good burn.
Pretty good, yeah.
It wasn't like this before.
And
but it's just sticking there now.
Do you even want to talk about New Japan?
It doesn't even want to move right now.
It's just sticking there?
It's just I'm trying to talk it out.
I didn't even pull up New Japan.
I just want to talk about the new Bullet Club member we have.
Oh, yeah, we could discuss that.
Yeah.
I saw
the clips and
no, I actually saw that match like when he came out. Like
okay.
Yeah, I actually was watching that before I started before I started playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was on that shit.
What match was that? It was him versus... It was a tag match?
I was watching the Saturday, May 4th. I think it was a tag match. Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
Because it was him, Will Ospreay was in the match. Bone Soldier.
It was Phantasmo, Taiji Ishimori, Dragon Lee, and Will Ospreay, and it was a tag team match.
And what day was that?
That was Saturday, May 4th.
Okay, so that's the same thing match I watched. Yeah.
It was a quick match, but it was pretty much to highlight. Okay, he's here.
Yeah.
And of course, he has to get the pin. And him versus Will Ospreay was great. Like it was greatly.
It was really good.
It was done really well, and I had no problems with it. And it was cool that he even Will Ospreay even like extended like, yo, hey, like you're here.
Yeah,
what's up? Because they know each other.
Yeah, they're supposed to be best friends. Yeah. So they go on that story with those. So two
I'm okay with that, and they got some really good shots from there. So yeah, but we had the major matches. We had from that was Tomohiro Ishii versus Evil. King of Darkness.
That was a crazy match.
I didn't watch it, and like I said, I was playing Odyssey, so this is my own fault. And the funny thing is, I texted him like while I was at work on Sunday.
Make sure you're watching.
Watch Wrestling. No, I said watch at least the big matches. But I was working, and then I came home for Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And, so I didn't really have time. After that, we had the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Okada versus Sonata, and Sonata's really good. It was a 38-minute match, dude. And it was, like, from what I heard and from the videos I've seen, the highlights, it was a really
Sonata gave him a fight.
Yeah. And Sonata's always given him a fight.
Yeah.
When they were in, like, different, in tournaments and whatever, whether it's the New Japan Cup or it's the G1 Supercard, if they ever, not the Supercard, the G1 Climax, they always had good matches, and he's always had like that not one up on him, but he's always just like, never had issues.
Yeah, it was pretty even for the most part.
Yeah.
We just never got to see him do that much amount of time for like an hour plus.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be interesting.
Wait, what do you mean an hour plus?
Like a match going on that long.
Well, I mean, he got 38 minutes.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
That's good time. 38 minutes.
With
and
Okada,
the fact that you work those 38 minutes as well, like, that's not easy for anybody. Most matches are like, 15 minutes on average, if you're lucky?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But people swear they want to see the long matches.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not really. Somewhat,
the only way you can see long matches if it's like done well. If it's paced like a movie. Every Okada match that's long is paced that way. It's telling a story, and it's freaking awesome. So I mean, you can't really hate.
I can't.
So congrats to Okada for his first defense as the 69th champion. So after winning it from Jay White at the G1 Supercard. So don't get me wrong, I still want Jay White to go back and get the fucking title.
I do
eventually. So maybe he wins the G1 climax this year. And what is it, 29?
Yeah, 29.
Yeah. So hopefully he wins it, and he has another shot at the title.
I don't know. I just like all the tournaments and things like that to go to like someone. Of course, they're deserving because they're in a tournament, but someone that you wouldn't even bet on.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I miss the tournaments to do.
Yeah. Also, after this match, we got a Jericho appearance on the Titantron challenging Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at Dominion, which if he wins it, which I doubt he will.
I doubt it.
But, why not? It's in June. It's after Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
So, like,
when is Fight for the Fallen?
I don't know. In July?
I think so.
July or August, one of those. I think late July or some shit like that. In Jacksonville, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, yeah, it's gonna be good. Dominion's gonna be fun. I mean, that's where Kenny won. No. Yeah, that's where Kenny won, right? Dominion? No, Wrestle Kingdom. That's where they had a bomb-ass fucking match.
That was the second.
Yeah.
That was the second.
The third.
Really good. The second or the third?
Second. My bad.
Okay.
Second. Yeah. No, it was the third. They ended up in a tie that time. They went 4 times, didn't they?
Yeah, one was the tie.
Yeah, so that I think that was the tie. Dominion. I don't remember.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
Fight for the Fallen is July.
Okay, fair enough.
So that would still be interesting.
But yeah, so I think that's pretty much all the wrestling news. That was New Japan. Honestly,
we just talked a lot about Leo?
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about Leo anymore. He's just being a little bitch. It's like, come on,
because you say that and I see it, and at the same time I don't see it because at the first I saw it like, listen, I don't want to carry nobody else's stuff.
Stop being an entitled little bitch, though. That you have nothing else to say. You have no other argument. No, because
but at the same time, like I know it's getting to know you guys, but do I really have to? Like what?
Yes, if you're the new person on the team, you carry everybody's bags, no matter what fucking team it is, whether it's baseball, football, soccer. You're the new dude, no matter how good you are. That goes across sports, not only wrestling, not only sports entertainment. That's sports as a whole. You should not complain about this stuff. You're only in the shit for 2 years. So like I said, he's lucky. Bradshaw, Farouk aren't in that bitch anymore. Undertaker ain't there to slap him fucking senseless.
Yeah, we need somebody like that.
Yeah.
And who is it? Not. Who would be the main 3?
Braun.
Shit. Okay. But
that's all you need.
Yeah, but shouldn't it go based on seniority since we're talking about all the old guys? Oh shit, he ain't there. It's
no, but I'm just saying
him,
like
it's his sometimes. So yeah,
even Seth Rollins would be like, yo, slap him over the fucking head. Roman Reigns,
yeah, because there's a lot of people that's been there for years.
Yeah,
but it's not only based on them and
Big
their seniority. Okay, he's injured, so he's obviously out.
I'm just saying, overall, like, you have people that could, like, yo, shape the fuck up.
Yeah,
Stop being a little bitch about shit.
Yeah, because no matter who you are, there's somebody else that can take your spot just based on being more likable.
Mm-hmm.
and less of a hassle, but still asking the same questions that you're asking, but asking with a certain tone.
Anyways, that was pretty much it.
Everyone's mad at Willie Mack. Not everyone. I think NWA is mad at Willie Mack for signing with Impact.
Oh,
It's a weekly show.
good for him, honestly. If he signed, he signed. If he's getting paid, he's getting paid. Can't really get mad about that.
You can't get mad. You made him...
Unless he did it with, like, no...
No, he dropped the title.
That's fine, he dropped the title, but what I'm saying is, unless he... That's making a lot of... Unless he, like, did it without notice or anything like that, then whatever. But they shouldn't get mad.
Maybe. I don't think they're under contract. I don't think he was under...
Then you can't get mad.
Yeah, you can't get mad. Like, I understand he's a champion, but if he's a champion and he's under contract, what does the contract really say? Does it say...
as long as you're champion?
Taking, like, traveling with the title?
As far as I'm concerned, it's you're more so just showing up whenever.
Yeah, because in certain specific areas, certain specific matches.
Like, kind of look at Jericho.
Yeah, so I would guess it would have to be something with like exclusivity or just being able.
Whatever, man.
Yeah.
Independent contractor, they could do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No matter what company you are, WWE, NWA, whatever. I'm done talking about wrestling. I honestly am. There's a lot to talk about with this episode.
Oh man, well, there's really nothing else to talk about. That's it. So we can really just get.
We drink and we know things. So
yeah, we're going to talk about what we know. Game of Thrones.
So, spoilers if you haven't watched it.
It's only been out for 20 hours now. Not even
about.
20. Yeah. It's 23
hours.
Yeah.
So I mean, you watch this shit like on Wednesday anyway. So if you haven't watched it by now, then it's your fault. But for the most part, it was a very interesting episode. It started off good. Started off really, really good.
Why does Oreos go good with alcohol?
I don't know. It's so weird. So it started off really well. So it started off right after the Battle of Winterfell against the Night King. Arya, did what she did. She got it down. And so just before we get into it, we have Cersei in the lead for a reason, and we'll get to that. She won this episode, and Dany's all the way in the back.
Pretty much. There's nothing else.
Yeah.
There's nothing
I
else.
wish I had Varys up here as well, but we don't have Varys. We do have...
do they even have him?
They do.
They do?
They
really?
do. I didn't know they had him. I checked right before you came through. And yeah, they have him. So, our loss. But, yeah, so they start off right after the Battle of Winterfell, and they're, like, burning the bodies, saying the, like, the eulogies and whatever, and, everybody's crying, and, like, the one touching moment for me that was huge, that kind of got the feels or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna lie, kind of like a beaded tear there.
Sam looking at, whatchamacallit?
Ed?
Yeah.
No, fuck that. Don't get me wrong. Ed is a man, and he was around for a while, and he did what he did, and I think he died a little lackluster, whatever. But when Sansa was with Theon, and like she was crying like really heavy, and then she gave him the Stark pin.
I was like, oh.
She took it off herself and put it on, and I was like,
oh,
fuck yeah. I was like, he was a Stark to the end, and he was always a Stark. He just always felt that he wasn't. That was the problem. So like, he had that feeling.
He was a stepchild?
He was. And that was the thing, like, Rob always considered him his brother.
Yeah.
So did fucking John.
Rob did.
So did John. Sansa, Arya.
Don't feel that way anymore. Okay.
But what I'm saying is, like, they all looked at him that way. He was just the only one that would, that felt that way. He was like, oh, I was a ward. I was nothing more. Like, no, you were their brother, regardless of you being a ward after, like, being captured or whatever. But either way, it was an awesome gesture and probably, like, one of the highest honors, like, Sansa could have, like, provided him, even, like, while being burned alive. Not burned alive, but, burned afterwards. So that was really cool. And we saw Ghost all fucked up and shit. He was fine, but he was like all fucked up, missing an ear and everything.
Oh my god!
All, like,
he's so messed up.
I know, and like I felt sad. I was like, oh no, Ghost. But like whatever. He got through the battle at least, and then they went to celebrations and shit, and which was really, really done well, really shot well.
It was,
except
of a coffee cup.
Except for a Starbucks coffee cup
I'm
that was
not mad.
lingering in the scene.
I'm not
that I
mad.
didn't even notice, to be fair, the
Until
first time
everybody
around.
else put it
Until I
out.
saw it on Twitter today, I was like, "What the fuck? What are they talking about?"
I'm not even mad.
And I looked at it and I was like, "No, I'm mad because it's more like editing. Where the fuck were you?"
No, I don't think they care.
They weren't caring by that point, were
Fuck
they?
that.
Yeah.
No.
They're probably, you know why? Because they did episode 3 for how long? For like 3 months, 55 days or some shit like that. Down there, 2 months. Sorry, filming one episode for 2 months in those conditions, they're probably all fuck that. He probably just left it in. They were like, whatever.
You're gonna
this
get
is
what
how
I
you're
give
gonna get
you.
it. Exactly.
No.
So I don't mind that, but like it was cool. Like I feel so like they showed everybody celebrating. Gendry goes up to look for Arya, and then she makes a power play. Fucking Dany makes a power play, and she's like, "Oh, you're Gendry, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." So she's like, "You're the Lord of not the Reach, the other one, the Lord."
I forgot what she said. So, but
it's a Baratheon, the Lord of Storm's End. There you go.
Yeah.
And he was like, "What?"
He tried to get his queen immediately.
Yeah, which is funny. But like even
that was the best. He was not playing at all. He was like, yeah. So you know.
But even before that, like it was the way they were showing everything was pretty cool. Like everybody, you know, even though they just faced this like huge threat of undead and defeated the Night King, like they needed some levity within that.
Yeah.
Tormund was fucking gold that
he was
whole
amazing.
time. Yeah.
Amazing.
It was hilarious. He was like, "Which one of you bastards shit in my pants? Shit themselves in my pants?" And it's like, what are you talking about? And
he was like, "Oh, that was me. I gotta go clean myself."
So like,
I forgot what exactly?
it was just ridiculousness that like helped with levity and everything.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun.
He comes at the right time.
Yeah, perfect time.
And at the worst times.
Yeah.
He has the best time.
Yeah, he has the best timing in the whole fucking show. And it was just fun. Fucking Podrick being a badass, like taking 2 girls with him to the fucking bedroom. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Fucking
just
badass.
walked off.
Yeah, walked out with the 2 girls. One of them goes to the Hound and says, "Hey, let's go have a good time, blah, blah." And he like literally barks at her. It's fucking hilarious. He was like, "Get off my face." And like she just walked away. And then like when he's talking to Sansa, you see her go back to Podrick with the other girl, and he's just like, "Yeah, let's go." Walks off with both girls. So I was like, fucking legend. First time he had sex, didn't even have to pay the women.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Second time, what the fuck? Not saying that that's the second time ever, but like, fucking legend.
For us to see.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
fucking legend. The other part in that whole like celebration sequence, I liked how they did the callback with Sansa between the Hound and her, and he was like, "Oh, you're not a little bird anymore." And she was like, "No, she had to like grow up. I had to go through all that and to like not be a little bird anymore." So like, it was a cool callbacks and shit. It was fun.
Sitting there like, "Oh,
yeah,
she's not a little bird. She's broken."
Exactly. So somebody should like go mend those broken wings so she could fly again. I was listening to the GTA Vice City soundtrack earlier, so
oh my god, that was
one of the better soundtracks ever. Like
Vice City was the best.
Which, by the way, just a random side note, GTA 6 supposed to have Liberty City and Vice City in them.
I don't even care because they know. But I'm not gonna play this game that I played 4 and I was mad. I haven't played 5. I haven't played anything in between.
I'm not saying it's gonna be the same game.
I know, but they're gonna have they're gonna have some kind of crossover, or overlying storyline, or something like that. More than just those places. I don't know. Doesn't matter to me. I'm done with it already. That's all. That all I have to say. I'm done with it.
Okay.
It'll be interesting just to watch though.
So during the celebration and shit. Also, so they had that shot where they had the cup, the Starbucks cup, and whatever, and that whole thing was cool because Tormund was like talking with Jon and all his boys and like joking around. He was like, "Who the hell rides a dragon? It's either a king or a madman." And they focused the shot on Dany, and like she's like all by herself and whatever.
The facial expression.
She's the queen, and like,
oh my god,
dude, her acting this episode on point. I know she gets a lot of shit usually for like her stoic faces and whatever, but that's part of the character. That's part of the character to show all of that up until this point where she starts breaking little by little.
Yeah.
Because she sees, yes, she's the queen. She's used to being like a liberator. She's used to having people love her and this and that. But when you come to a land that you don't really know the people, you come to the north that Northmen don't trust people. Exactly. Like, at one point, all you were thinking of is getting the Iron Throne, but you don't think about anything else besides that, and you don't understand how, like, the people aren't your own. The people in Marine and in Geese and all those people, the people that you liberated back in Essos,
that was it.
Those are people that you should probably just stayed and just chilled. But whatever. So, like, she's feeling alone and isolated. Jorah's dead. Fucking
she ain't got nobody to talk to.
The other dude, what's his face? He died in like a couple seasons ago in Marine.
Her last hand.
Not her last hand, but he was the yeah, maybe. Oh my God, Sir Barristan Selmy. He died like fighting with the old dude, the knight. He was old Kingsguard to Robert Baratheon.
Yeah.
Yeah. He died. That was another trusted advisor. She's surrounded by Varys and
I'm sorry, I'm over here looking at this stupid ass gift.
What is this about?
I don't even know. I just clicked something and I went down just to see fucking gifts.
Hey, fucking time. So, like, she has Tyrion and Varys, but she doesn't trust either one of them that much. The only other one that she trusts died in Ser Jorah. Yeah. So, like, she's, like, feeling isolated. And the only other one she trusts pretty much has a better claim to the throne. Yeah. In Jon. So, it's like, when she started hearing, like, only a king or a madman, it's like...
She took that to the heart.
She did take it to heart. She took it to the heart. Like, the facial expressions were on point. Like, she started realizing that, and like, you know, but John's just fucking about.
So Jon just like pussy for not saying nothing. He should have said something.
When they were talking afterwards. Yeah. The next scene.
When still in that same conversation when Tormund is making the jokes.
He was joking around.
I know. No, as a joke, like, oh, honey, come look, some shit, like, get her involved too. She, it's
in the moment,
the queen,
dude.
Yeah, the queens are supposed to look stiff as fuck. That's what it is. They're supposed to look stiff.
But it's in the moment at the same time.
Like even the way how they were raised in Arya and this chick. Sansa. Yeah. Like, they raised them.
It's supposed to be a certain way.
Yeah, and everything. And Mom hated it looked like Mom hated everything that Arya was doing. Yeah. So it's like things like that. But.
So getting into Arya.
But, yeah.
We're talking about Arya. So Gendry gets his lordship. And he's like, I'm Lord of Storm's End. Walks to the back, finds her, kisses her. Yeah. He's like, you know, doing the fucking Vince strut.
The Vince strut.
So, you know, he does it. And, so he goes and kisses her, which looks cool, and you know, like he got the Vagine and he wants it again. So, you know, he goes and he's like, "Yo, I'm the Lord of Storm's End." She's like, "Oh my God, that's awesome, great." And he's like, "Yeah, you should be my wife. I want you to be my lady." And she's like,
"Nah, I'm good right now.
Thanks, but nah,
I'm good. I'll be alright."
He's just like, "What?" She's like, "Yo, that's not me. You should know that by now."
I said, "I ain't nobody's queen."
Word. She's like, that's not me. You should know that already. She's like, she's like, you'll find somebody that's worthy of being a lady. And I was like, damn.
It's like, but I did. It was you.
Yeah. Talk about like shut down. Yeah. Bro. That hurts. It hurts, but he shouldn't have expected that either, though. That's the thing. He shouldn't have.
Oh wow.
He hit it once and fell in love. Come on. You said you loved her.
What's wrong with him?
You hadn't seen her in how long, and then all of a sudden, in a couple of days, you're in love with her? Stop it.
I've never had that happen. I really liked you, and then you went away, and then I called, and then we got back together. I was like, oh, you're just cool.
Yeah.
You're cool, but you're just cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than just the one just...
I'm like, yo, yeah, we did the... And that's it. You know? Like,
it's better than being the ones that you don't care about.
Exactly.
It's so much worse.
So after that, what happened after that? So after that, fucking Brienne and Jaime, they cut back to Brienne and Jaime. They're all playing the drinking game that fucking this dude had. Yeah. Tyrion.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. That scene was hilarious.
I wanted to...
Because, like, they're playing that drinking game, and, like, of course, Tyrion hits her with the you're a virgin shit, and it's like, why would you say that,
Like,
motherfucker?
how
And like,
old are you?
exactly.
Kings and queens in medieval century.
I know.
So I
But
get it, but still,
it's like, dude, chill. And like, you know, it unsettled her. She walks away, and Tormund's right there. Tormund goes to like, you know, do his Tormund thing, and then like Jamie cuts him off. She's like, "Nigga, stop."
and
like,
he
it's
is
fine.
just,
and he just looks
he's
at him.
fuming.
Like,
he was so tight. He
walks
so tight.
away, and then he's like damn near crying to Clegane afterwards. He's like, the
oh.
woman I love. He's like, was just so taken away from me by a Southern that was been here for a day. Like, yo, that whole exchange was so funny. And he was like,
he was up and stuff.
he was like, leave me alone. Like, Clegane just wants to do his own thing. Like, leave me the fuck alone, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, I just want to eat and drink. And even like when the hooker comes around, not the hooker, but like she wasn't a hooker. She was like a chambermaid or whatever. But you know,
that's the correct term for a hooker this year.
No, it's a wench.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So
that is a lot better.
Don't
be a wench.
The chambermaid comes to, like, well, not chambermaid. She was just like fucking servant, whatever.
Chambermaid.
But the point is, like, you just survived something like this. You don't fuck. I'm sorry, you are.
Yeah, the Hound was he was hot. He was when Gendry told him he was looking for her. Mm-hmm. He was like, "Oh, that's the first thing you're looking for."
Now he understood. He was like, yeah,
the bodies are not even dry yet. They still burning.
They're still burning. No, but it was that whole scene was done really well.
That was funny. That was really good though.
So from there, after the celebration, we showed John drunk in his room. Danny comes in. She's like, yo, you drunk? He's like, nah, stumbles. We've all done that before. All of us has done that before. And it was pretty funny because it's a relatable scene. Like, I chuckled and shit. And then, you know, they're trying to be all intimate again. But then he's like, oh, no, you're my aunt. And pushes away from kissing her. Which I was like, yes. Because here's the thing. To her, because she's a Targaryen, she don't kind of a normal custom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why when they were saying that, towards the end when Tyrion was saying that to him, mm-hmm. He was just like it's different when you're
with John,
two different families.
Yeah.
Like
John is from the north.
Those of the north is not the same as the Lannisters.
Yeah, not even the Lannisters because it was just them two that were doing it. It wasn't normal practice between the Lannisters. That was a Targaryen thing. They wed in between families to keep the bloodlines pure, but. It is what it is. So it was like normal to her, and she was just like, so she kind of did a bitch move. I'm not gonna lie, it was a bitch move. Fucking Danny.
Oh yeah,
she did a bitch move. She was like, you can't tell nobody. I wish you didn't tell nobody. You can't tell anybody because then you're the rightful king. You should. She was like, you shouldn't tell anybody. He's like, yo, I don't give a fuck. Even if people know, I don't want the throne. She's like, it doesn't matter what you want. Which, to be fair,
it's true because people are not.
He's right. Well, she's right because it has never mattered what he wants. He became the Night's Watch, like fucking Lord Commander of Night's Watch. He didn't want that shit. Fucking Sam's fault. That was Sam's fault.
He never wanted anything.
Yeah, that was Sam's fault. He got revived. He didn't ask for that. That was fucking Melisandre.
You don't ask to be revived.
He became the King of the North. He did not ask for that either. And, you know.
Is that white privilege?
No, you asshole. Fucking jerk.
Come on,
shut up.
That's funny.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, exactly. Because debatable.
This is the clip for Instagram for sure. But yeah, so like she's just like, no, you can't tell anybody. And he's like, nah, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I have to tell my family because honorable. That's his family. I get it. And she's like, no.
And then
she's like, yo, she's like, you either don't or she's like, if you do, then we're gonna have problems. Pretty much, like that's
one dragon worth of problems now.
Exactly. We'll get to that. And because I have a huge fucking issue with that whole thing. Anyways, so but yeah, so she like gives him an ultimatum like, yo, don't tell your family or else kind of like type thing.
Yeah.
Because I want
that was throne. Really interesting. I was sitting there waiting.
And that's when, like, the funny thing is when that happened, I was like, Shore got his answer. Cooler got his answer.
Yeah, I already know.
Because you were asking last time. I'm like, wait for the next fucking episode because that's what's going to happen.
No, let's talk about it before it happens because I see it happening.
Yeah. And again, you called it right, but like we knew it was going to happen anyway. Yeah. So I was like, it is what it is.
I said it, I saw it, so I said it again.
Yeah. And we all knew this was gonna come after she found out, after he told her or whatever.
Yeah, she's the Mad King's daughter.
So she's like, yeah, shut up, don't tell anybody. He's like, yeah, I gotta tell gotta tell my family. And she's like, don't, because you'll see. And it's like, damn, for real? You give me an ultimatum? So whatever. And so then he goes and tells his family afterwards. He tells them in the Godswood, which was a good scene. I just wish I would have seen the reactions once they were told from Bran. Because he kind of did tell them, but technically didn't. Because when they were talking about, he's like, yo, I gotta tell y'all something. But then he wasn't even the one to tell it, because I was just like, he was like, oh, it's your choice. And he's like, yeah, go ahead, tell them. I'm like, yo, you just bitched out. Tell them. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, so
but it would be more believable
if it came
from Bran. Yeah, from the Three-Eyed Raven. Because they know.
I like that.
And which it was fine that they did that, but I just would have loved to see their reactions instead of them cutting to a different scene.
Yeah.
It was kind of like wasteful.
Yeah, I did wish to see their reactions too.
Even before this, I think this was right. Oh yeah, that was right before this. When they were all talking, like saying, "Oh, we need to go south," and like,
let's go.
Sansa made a good point.
Let's go talk to her about why she ain't bringing her team down here. That's what they're going to talk about.
Sansa made a good point.
Not happening.
Saying, "Hey, we just had this battle. People need to rest and recuperate." She's like, "How long? Months?" And it's like, give them 2 fucking weeks, yo. Like, chill the fuck out.
That's how.
And I'm thinking, like, give them 2 weeks. Yes, she does have a point about, like, if they wait too long, they're going to be out of position. They're going to have the better positions or whatever. And they're going to be fighting an uphill battle. They show that they lost half of their forces, which I think is bullshit. They lost more than that, because where the fuck were the rest of them, first of all? They said, the Dothraki said they lost half of their forces.
I thought the whole Dothraki was going.
Where the fuck was the rest of it? That's my thing. We only saw like 10 trickle back running on.
They were
on
all
foot.
dead.
But apparently, maybe they didn't use their whole force, which probably is another stupid thing. You should have used your whole force.
Yeah, now you lost the damn. Well, that's not why you lost the dragon.
Either way, they still defeated Night King, whatever. But like, so they have half of the forces they had. They were in a really good position. Now they're in like a somewhat even position. And so yeah, that was that whole thing. Like, oh, let's just wait 2 weeks. And she's like, oh, but my enemies aren't waiting at all. And it's like, and Jon bitches out. He's like, this is our queen. We shall ride south. And I'm like, you fucking dumbass. Like, let people rest.
He's annoying now.
He is kind of annoying. He is. And he's kind of getting dumber. He's kind of getting towards that Ned factor, unfortunately.
Same age now?
No,
yeah,
not at all.
No.
Ned was like 40 probably.
Well, to go back to how somebody annoyed you, I've been looking at like just random videos, matches and stuff like that, and some of the BTE stuff with
what the fuck does this have to do with this?
Kenny's getting boring.
I don't care. We're not talking about fucking Kenny.
He just has to find a ring. He has to find a ring.
I don't care. I don't. You could have brought this up before.
I forgot.
I don't care. Done.
I forgot.
Finito.
Oh no, that was it.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
You did text that.
Yeah.
But I was just like, you didn't elaborate.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
I just had to now. Like if it's gonna kill me, it was gonna kill me. He's boring.
He's not in the ring. He's not in the ring.
He really needs to find one. It can't come any sooner.
But he could also relax. He deserves it. He worked his ass off.
He does. I think I'm just seeing him too much outside of the ring. AEW is getting annoying too. But I'm anxious with that too.
Okay, so. We'll get there.
Yeah. So what part was next? Where we at?
So yeah,
since you have,
I wanted them to show Sansa's and Arya's reactions as to how how they took the news and whatever. Yeah. Clearly, we know how they took the news. At least we knew how Sansa took the news. So the one part, this is where I started getting pissed off with the episode. That was the one part. I was like, show the fucking reactions. I'll just cut to the next scene where they're all like leaving and shit. So Sandor Clegane leaves, going down to to King's Landing. And Arya joins him. He's like, yo, I don't mean to come back. And she's like, neither do I. So they're both probably gonna die. First. Not first, but I think they're both probably gonna die. She's probably gonna try some assassin shit and she's gonna get caught. Whatever, who knows? We don't know what's gonna happen with that, but they're both going down to King's Landing. The army's moving south. We know this by this point. And they made a point here. So she went to go see the dragons like right before they took off and everything, and she goes to see how Rhaegal is doing, mending from the fight before.
Yeah.
Rhaegal's always getting it the worst. Always getting it the worst. He had a torn fucking wing and everything.
Yeah.
And you could see he was like flying gimply at first, but then afterwards he kind of got the hang of it again.
Okay, so that goes to show that she's kind of full of shit.
What do you mean?
She's like rushing to head into battle, and Cersei and
instead of waiting for your thing to heal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You should have waited for your fucking dragon to heal.
If your dragon's not healing, and your dragon is how fucking huge is this fucking dinosaur?
Exactly. You gotta give it some time.
Yeah, give the people.
But
some time.
It started flying, and you could see it had some issues flying with like a fucking torn wing. But whatever, it still did its do. And so they asked him. It was Tormund that asked him before he left. He was like, "Yo, you're not gonna fly down there?" He was like, "No, I'm gonna take the horse." So that was kind of already like one of those things where it's like,
you see,
he's like, "I'm gonna weigh him down." You see the division exactly already. So it's like he's taking his whole northern army with the Vale and whatever, and going south. She's flying and going over the water with the ships and whatever, which is fine and whatnot. We'll get to that. But Tormund tells him like, "Yo, we're going back to the north. Like that's our home.
Yeah.
That's where we're still comfortable."
Where they were at.
And so he's like, "Yeah, okay, take Ghost." Nigga, what? I'm sorry. Like, I don't say that often, but it's like, yo, are you serious right now? Didn't even pet Ghost. Didn't even go say bye to him. He just went like this. Nod. It's like, that's the homie.
Ghost is
Ghost is copy and paste this season. The CGI budget wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every other season until, this is where I'll tell you. The last time he was used effectively was when he guarded his body after Jon died, after he got stabbed up. That was the last time they effectively used him.
Okay. Yeah.
Them two together in the same room. Because if you notice, they've never been in the same scene together. And if they are, it's a quick pace.
Never
since then. They barely acknowledge him, and it's like the goodest doggo that's left. What the fuck, dude? Come on, that's just lazy shit right there. And this is where I'm starting to have issues with the writing. Like, this is the other thing. Like, don't get me wrong, it's fine that he's going south and everything to go, fulfill his claim, like help with Dany getting her throne and everything. I'm fine with that. But it's like, say bye to your doggo.
Yeah. I'm not too much of an animal guy, but,
but
I get it. I get it.
He gave hugs to fucking Tormund. He gave hugs to fucking Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Gilly's gonna name him John Tarly. Bitch. Aemon Tarly. Remember Aemon?
Mm-mm.
You don't remember Aemon? Aemon Targaryen?
No.
The Maester of the Night's Watch?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, name him Aemon Tarly. John Tarly. Come on, guys. Come on. And like, I like how they alluded to the fact she's like, wait. So he figures out like, oh shit, you're pregnant. Yo, when you put this in, she's like, well, like she's like, I think he knows how it's done. Like, that was kind of funny.
Everything that happened.
But like, yeah. So then it cuts to Sansa and Tyrion having that conversation, and then right before she leaves, yo, my brother's a real king. Practically, that's pretty much what it was. Like,
yeah.
What if there was somebody else? And it's like, I knew she wasn't gonna keep the fucking secrets.
Yeah.
Which is the worst, because it's like, how long did Ned keep that fucking secret?
A couple years.
A couple years. Damn near fucking 20 years. Yeah, damn near.
Pretty much. Damn near 2 decades. Yeah. It looked like
it's like, none of you are his real children because just let that shit slip. I get why Sansa did it. Completely understand.
Because she hates Dany.
I don't say she hates her. I said she doesn't trust her.
She really doesn't like or trust her. Yeah, no. No trust at all.
I don't trust her either. Because, like I said, by this point, oh no.
That's the other gift?
No, motherfucker.
Gift that.
But
Or GIF it.
no, yeah, it's like, what are you doing? I get it. So, fast forward. They're on the boat talking about it, Tyrion and Varys. And there was like, I love that it got back to Tyrion and Varys because every time you have them two talking, it's fucking gold. Every time.
Mm-hmm.
You have no issues. You should know it's going to be a good scene. They're going to talk about something serious. And it's going to play into the Game of Thrones thing.
Yeah, because they don't like each other.
Yes, they do. They have the utmost respect for each other.
They respect each other. They don't really like each other. Yeah,
they do. They've said it multiple times. They said it multiple times. He's like, I missed you, like quite a few times. Like, well, yeah, they've done it throughout the seasons.
Yeah, they're but boys. Just because you... Yeah, they are. They are.
They're boys.
Because they do compliment each other.
They do.
Very well.
Mm-hmm.
Just as friends, just as two talking pieces.
So, it was Littlefinger and Varys that hated each other.
That's what I was thinking of, yeah.
So
everyone hated.
They're talking about, Tyrion tells Varys clearly, and then one of the lines that I loved, he's like, "So how many people know?" He's like, "Well, now 8 people know the secret." He's like, "That's not a secret. That's information now. That's too many people." And when he said that line, I was like,
"It's a 500."
I was like, "Facts,
yeah,
fucking facts."
Yeah,
that one line right there. He's like, "That's too many people. That's information now." Mm-hmm. I was like.
Because it's
gonna get out
once it's for people's ears. Yeah. Once it's made to be for people's ears, it's gonna be said.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be said. It's gonna come out.
It's gonna come out eventually, regardless. So like that whole scene was cool. So then we got to the scene where
fucking Bradley Cooper. I hated him in this movie.
Nom, 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 nom.
I hated him in this movie.
I never knew his name was Sack. That's the funny thing. That's why I call it a sack lunch. I never picked it. I thought it was always Zach. Sack.
I didn't know what the hell his name was. I just thought he was like douchey character number 1 that's in the whole movie.
No, fucking Bradley Cooper. Anyways, so Christopher Walken was gold in this shit too.
Christopher Walken is gold in anything.
I'm painting homo things. Like fucking. I love this fucking movie.
Oh my god.
Would that make you love me? So stupid. Anyways, so we get to the part where, they're on the boats. They're sailing towards Dragonstone. They see Dragonstone. Everybody's like, yay, we made it to Dragonstone. Fucking awesome.
Pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew.
And then
that's what you hear.
Rhaegal gets fucking hit
pew, pew, pew.
by what's it called? By a scorpion bolt, by a ballista bolt. Right in the fucking chest.
That's all you
right
heard.
In the
That's
chest.
all you heard.
That's what a fucking dragon sounds like?
Yes, that's
okay. That's what a dragon sounds like.
That's what Rhaegal sounds like.
So you hear that and you're like, oh shit. Like, and I'm watching this and I felt kind of like a lot of people on Reddit felt that they're like, am I watching like a vision that she's having or like a dream or whatever? Like,
it didn't seem real. It came out of nowhere. Real,
but then the second one came and hit him and I was like, oh shit, this is happening. And then right through the neck.
You know what
it
is? The way you said that was right. Was it a dream?
Is this actually happening? Yeah.
The last episode and a half kind of felt like a fucking dream.
We'll get to my theory in a bit.
The episodes before the fucking...
What's actually happening.
Yeah.
We'll get to my theory in a bit. Because I need to mention it.
Oh, fuck this theory.
So, I might be completely wrong because somebody else said something on Reddit. But anyways, so I'm like watching this shit and I'm like, once it caught it through the neck, I was like dead. This is my problem with the whole scene. I'm fine with a dragon dying. It helps the CGI budget. Fuck it, whatever. That's probably why I did it, just to tie up loose ends. Also, Rhaegal dying kind of more cements the fact that, there's only one more dragon rider. Not really. It creates that last split between her and Jon. Okay. You know what I mean? But Euron is being used kind of as like a Deus Ex Machina and shit. He just pops up whenever needed and fucking does something immediately.
I feel like he's always been like that.
He's a cheat code.
He's always been like that. And
it's L1, L2, R1, R2, up, down, whatever. That's what's going on. Cersei's like this, doing the cheat code. He pops up with a fucking... But mind you, I just want to know how close to the fucking sea level was she flying?
Apparently not low enough.
Not high enough, you mean?
She didn't look like she was gonna fall in that shit.
This is my
She
problem.
didn't.
This is my problem. You have a boat, right? Right here. Let's say this is the boat. You have a dragon up here.
It's high.
How is it? Let's say for argument's sake, this is like a couple thousand feet.
Yeah.
How did you not see the boats from on a clear day in the open sea?
Yeah.
From miles away.
Yeah, that was bugged out. That was bugged out.
From miles away.
That was bugged
It's just
out.
bad writing.
Yeah.
You're telling me that the boats have line of sight to the dragons, but she does not have line of sight to the fucking boats?
She's a human. They probably using...
It was a pop-in. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
It's
not
Deus
telescopes,
Ex.
but-
No. Those bolts wouldn't even reach that fucking far. They went 3 for 3 on bolts, hitting a moving target.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. Hey, I'm...
So one, your biggest assets in terms of dragons for one, aerial superiority, 2, aerial reconnaissance are completely shot out the water. You could have been flying at 10,000 feet and seeing them motherfuckers from miles away. Secondly, why are you not sending scout ships ahead?
They don't have enough people.
Bullshit. I don't want to hear it. You might not have enough people, but you have enough ships. I don't want to hear that shit.
Nobody steers the ship? Okay.
Don't care. Yeah, send one out, see if it gets destroyed. That's it. I'm just saying, there's a lot of issues with this thing right here off the bat. So, Rhaegal dies. All right. Rhaegal dies. Big fucking deal. And everybody's like flipping out. They show Grey Worm and Missandei. He's like, yo, get on the schooner. Get the fuck out of here. I need you to leave. So then all of a sudden...
That's what it's called, the schooner?
Yeah, like get on the fucking, the lifeboat, whatever.
Okay.
But then it's called the schooner. The little boats. So
All
they
right.
escape. Get on the schooner, get the fuck out of here.
Schooner.
I need you to get out here because they're about to do some shit. Then they turn the ballistas to the fucking ships, which is fine. This is my other argument.
Nobody saw them.
That one, you should have been able to see them from the... Don't you always have somebody at the top of the fucking mast?
Yeah.
Always looking to see,
Yeah.
make sure there's no ships on the horizon. Where the fuck was that? That was even back in the day before fucking scopes and shit. Whatever. Secondly, when she's angrily diving towards the boats, right?
Yeah.
Second, that was like the angriest I'd have ever seen her up to that point. She was super pissed off and was going afterwards. Why would you continue diving at a 45-degree angle where you could get shot at instead of... The most they could do is 45 degrees. They can't point straight up.
Of course not.
Go like this and come down on them. Don't continue going that way. And then Drogon somehow dodges every single one of them and then pulls out after they finish shooting all the bolts. Why wouldn't you just fly above them, behind them?
That was a trash moment.
Bad writing. Sorry. I'm going to skip this moment. Fucking, not even skip it. We're done with this moment pretty much.
Yeah.
The ballistas get turned towards the
boats,
ships.
Boats
They get fucked up. Again,
Now
more
they have
bad
the
writing
hostage.
because those fucking ballistas would have to be shooting those fucking spikes into those ships at Mach speeds to be able to get that damage. It's for effect, I get it, it's a show, whatever. But those were practically fucking railguns. And sorry, they would have just gotten stuck in the ships at best, not torn through ship to ship to ship and not lose velocity.
Yeah.
Whatever. So Missandei gets captured. That gets established damn near immediately. They didn't even show the destruction of the ship. They just cut to black and showed them being on shore.
Yeah.
CGI budget was running out. And
Oh shit! One episode was how much? 55?
I know, it was 55 days. I know. It was $11 million for that one episode.
That's what I mean. That many millions.
I get it. So, cut to them in front of King's Landing, in front of one of the gates. And, people advise her. Varys advised her before that. Like, yo, I know you want to burn everything, but you told me to tell you when you're doing the wrong fucking move. I need you to stop right now and at least, try to talk her out of it, tell her to surrender the throne. I get where he's coming from. Even before that, so after that, they had like one of the best. She was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna be hasty in my actions. I'm gonna burn everything, blah blah, whatever. Then him and Varys have one of the best fucking scenes they've had in such a long time. And he's like, yeah. And he's like,
no.
No, I know he's doing that.
Why is she under the?
Because she's fucking crazy. He said that. They established that a long time ago. Especially when she was doing the. Exactly.
That was great. But she's over there like.
Yeah. So.
Like, what is he doing?
So yeah, they have one of the best scenes where they practically talk about open treason with Daenerys. Like, they're like, yo, if we have Jon, we have to get this girl off of the thing. She's being too impulsive, and she's looking more and more like her father. Which, to be fair, she kind of is. And
don't you be the one to tell her that
and
shit.
Then but you have to. That's the thing.
Somebody has to do it.
Exactly, and it would be Varys. And Varys is already telling her that, like, yo, you're going too far. Like, you need to chill the fuck out. If she doesn't listen, then she doesn't listen.
She's not hearing
fine.
Everything. Yeah, you need to tell her the comparison.
No, yeah, and then he's like, tell me you haven't thought about, like, getting rid of her and, like, putting Jon. Once he's like, yes, I've thought about it, but to talk about it, that's treason. He's like, whose side are you on? He's like, I've always been on the side. What side I've been on? Not even the living. He's like, I've always taken the side of the realm. I've always been to protect the realm. That's been my first thing.
Realm?
Everybody that's living in the thing. He doesn't want the whole thing to be destroyed, which I get where he's coming from, but I also understand his argument. That's where it comes back to, like, why don't they just get married? And he's like, nah, it's not going to work. She's not going to give up the throne. She's only known one thing the whole time, and it's to get that throne, and she's not going to share that shit.
She's got it.
So
just take the throne and don't care about who you have to give it, like who you have to talk to. Like, let him be the man of the people.
So then
you don't have to do that all the time.
From here, we skip to King's Landing in front of one of the gates. Fucking scorpions lined up all up against the wall. Mad archers. Cersei faces down this small, tiny little battalion of Unsullied. And I think Varys was there, Dany, Tyrion, and the dragon in the background, right? Yeah. If I remember correctly. Qyburn comes out to talk to Tyrion. Tyrion's like, they get to their formalities and whatever, and Tyrion's like, yeah, she wants the unconditional surrender, blah, blah, this and that, of Cersei, get with the Iron Throne. And he's like, no, you do it. Pretty much. And if you don't, she's gonna die. Because they have Missandei on the top standing ahead and whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, right at the top. And, he's, like, arguing with him, and then, like, Tyrion's like, fuck you, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking directly to my sister.
Yeah.
Without even raising his voice, by the way, or whatever.
That was funny.
I did think they were gonna loose the fucking arrows on him right there. I thought she was gonna do that. Thought she was gonna Knowing Cersei, I was like, fucking do it now. I was like, if you do it now, I would hate myself. I would hate myself for, like, thinking of it, but it would have made sense.
Yeah.
For her doing it right there, but she didn't.
You can't do nothing.
So he's like, no, yeah. So he's like, yo, think about your baby, blah blah. So, like, Euron Greyjoy is there, and he was just told that that's his kid moments before that whole thing. So it's like, and he, like, kind of picked up on it, but didn't. Mm-hmm. Whatever. He's like, yo, just think about it. Save all the people. Save the bloodshed. Blah, 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 blah. And she's like...
She wasn't for it.
She's like, yeah, but...
I'm good over here.
She's like, you got any last words? And she's just like, to Missandei. And it was over. Yeah, she knew she was dying. Since she got captured, she knew she was gonna die. She wasn't dumb. And so she pretty much said Dracarys, which was the equivalent of burn them all, and then got her head chopped off by what's his face, the mountain, the dead mountain, technically.
My God, he really is
just
dead.
clean off. And she fell off the ramparts headless.
He might be a White Walker.
He's not.
He blue.
Yeah, but he's not.
Why is he blue?
I don't fucking know. I don't know. Ask Qyburn.
Was he green?
I don't know.
It's bad.
So, right after that happened, I thought Cersei was just be like, yo, have at him. Mm-hmm. And kill him right there. But she didn't. But, like, or at least like kill the other dragon, because you had so many ballistas to kill the other dragon and they didn't. And I'm just like, you could have just done it. It's not like you could have gotten away. I would have fucking torched his ass easily. And I was fully expecting it to happen, and it didn't happen. And they showed Danny being the most pissed off that she's ever been. And they showed a close up of her eyes being green. Her eyes are green in the show. In the book, it's like violet, but her eyes are green in the show. I never know if I paid attention to this, but remember how they said that Arya would close brown eyes, blue eyes, and green eyes?
Yeah.
They were always somewhat referring to Cersei.
Yeah.
But now since Daenerys has green eyes.
Okay.
So they're kind of painting her to be like the actual bad guy in the long run, like as a mad queen. And probably, you know, she has to die and whatnot. But it is what it is. Like, it was a good episode for what it was, but then it was just bad writing. Like, it was more like, why would it have Cersei? It would have been totally in Cersei's character to kill them all right there and end the fucking thing. And then Jon comes to avenge her and still fucking wins. You know what I mean?
Does he win, though?
No, I would have Cersei win at this point.
Yeah.
But then we have Jaime abandoning Brienne after he got the Vagines. And then,
and she was crying.
Heartbreaking for her. Great acting on her part, too.
Yeah.
Great acting on his part.
Yeah.
And,
so that's how you feel when...
But he was, like, making it seem like he was going to go to, like, help her. He's going to go to kill her. Because especially, like, you had Bronn show up with him and Tyrion, threatening them. Like, not even being their boy.
Oh,
like, threatening the shit out of them.
Yeah, something's there. Something's happening.
He's going to go kill Cersei. Because now that he knows that she's sent him to kill him, open season, and she doesn't care about him anymore, he's going to go kill her. Because he did terrible things for her, and she shows no love, and, you know.
Yeah, he just told Brienne everything that he did that was horrible.
So it's going to be, it's going to be interesting. The next episode is going to be insane. From what I heard. And, I mean, it has to be. People are going to die next episode for sure. So.
No one died.
When they should have died the last episode.
No one died last episode.
Whatever. I digress. But, so, really quick to get into my theory. So, my thing is, I don't think the Night King's dead. We got into that. But I just think, like, they had a trailer called Aftermath, and they showed, like, Winterfell all snowed in and fucked up and all this and that. And, like, Longclaw in the dirt. This was right before the season started, and I was like, okay, cool. I was like, that's interesting. Maybe the Night King won. The Night King lost in episode 3. So this is my thing. Everything up to a certain point within that battle happened until Bran was like, okay, I'm going now, and started warging or whatever, looking into the future or whatever the fuck he was doing. I think everything from that point that we saw was one outcome. A la Avengers and Doctor Strange, like doing.
No.
So everything that we're watching right now, past that point, I would be
so pissed off if that's the reality.
Well, this is like I said, it's a theory. It doesn't mean it's true. Everything past that point, I think, that we're even watching now, is an eventuality of how shit plays out. But in the long run, they actually lose the Battle of Winterfell. And the Night King's still marching down south, and he takes over all of the 7 kingdoms. Because remember in season 2, where her dragons got stolen into the House of the Undying?
Yeah.
She walks into the throne room, and it's like snowing everywhere. The throne is destroyed, and this and that. Like, and she never touches the throne, and it looks like it's snowing everywhere. So it looks like the Night King kind of like made it all the way down there. And there's like melted by dragon fire on top of that.
I do remember that.
So yeah, I'm kind of tying that together. Might not be a thing. That's my theory.
Please don't be a thing.
Night King, the only other thing that kind of made me like go away from that, I read a thing on Reddit. They're like, that wasn't snow in that scene. Those were ashes.
Okay.
From dragon fire. Because somebody said, remember, the tunnels underneath King's Landing still all have dragon fire from when Aegon Targaryen, Aerys Targaryen, had control of the kingdom. And remember when Jaime said, like, he had to kill the king because of the fact that he was saying burn them all? He was gonna fucking blow up King's Landing like that. Like Cersei blew up the Sept of Baelor.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I think something epic is gonna fucking happen. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got. That's all we got. It was a good episode.
It was a good episode,
except for certain things.
Yeah, and certain things like
and it feels rushed. Now
I didn't
because,
care about the coffee. That's the only thing. Like other than that,
I didn't notice.
Yeah, me neither. I think they put that there just for this moment in time.
No, I think they put it there. I just think they fucking forgot.
Maybe no, because everyone sees it. So if everyone sees it and that's the best shot, I get it.
I didn't. They probably did do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, that's it. We have to wait till episode 5. We only have 2 episodes left. It's gonna be interesting. And people are gonna die. So yeah, that's the episode.
Who dies?
Half of the main cast. Well, Masande and Rhaegal already died. So
yeah. Oh, Rhaegal.
What's his face? Grey Worm's gonna go out swinging.
Speaking of Grey Worm, how did you know he had music out and I did not?
What?
How? Like I meant to mention this on the last episode. We didn't talk about Grey Worm's music.
Music?
Yeah. Grey Worm. He sings and raps and
I don't fucking know. I didn't know this. Did I mention this?
Yes, you did.
Oh.
Through.
Oh yeah.
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 And you're telling me I was like 3 years.
Yeah.
5 years late.
Yeah.
Really. I didn't know.
Also, Bron, he has music videos.
Really, Bron.
He's a really good singer.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of hard to.
They're old, but yeah, he's a singer. That's why he always had those singing scenes where he would be like singing and shit.
I never knew that. I never knew that.
That being said, that's the end of the episode. Thanks for watching our quick New Japan recap and our Game of Thrones recap. Mm-hmm. We'll see you guys here next week. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening on iTunes, Google's, Apple Podcast. No, that's iTunes is Apple Podcast.
Yeah.
iTunes, Google, Stitcher, SoundCloud maybe? I don't remember. Whatever. Transistor. Thank you for finally shouting us out on the stories and all that stuff. And you can also follow us on Twitter at Pokes and Chokes, myself at _ Mr. Alex 25 _ the guy on my left poking the Night King at
NU _ KEWLA.
You're gonna get all the other follows at Instagram, Facebook, and all that stuff right there. Cersei wins the episode because she was a badass.
Yeah.
And
she killed the dragon.
Yeah, she didn't kill the dragon.
Her side killed the dragon.
Euron's cheat code killed the dragon. Fucking
and we never want to see him for the next
missiles.
3 episodes.
He's gonna die in the next episode for sure. He's gonna get burned alive. Yeah, he is.
Also, I would like to say that my shirt is better than yours.
Don't hate. I have Stormtroopers and Batman.
Wait, what?
Exactly. So, peace out, bitches.
Still not better than this shirt.